What's going on? It's your man DJ Big Mike.
Boy, R.O.
It's your boy TJ, the mayor.
And this is Beyond the Tracks podcast.
Your podcaster's favorite podcast. Gentlemen. We back at it again.
Yes, sir.
How's everybody feeling today? What's going on? Rome, how you feeling, man? You was gone, man. You was down and out last time, brother.
I'm Gucci.
You Gucci?
I'm Gucci, bro. Ready to rock. What's happening?
You look ready.
He look ready. Are you Fendi?
I'm ready to rock. What's happening?
Are you Ferragamo?
What's that?
I don't know. Gucci. You got Gucci, Fendi, Ferragamo.
Is that designer stuff, man?
Yeah.
You know, I'm old, bro.
Cheat Design. Are you Cheat Design? I'm gonna start
There you
saying, "Hey man, how you doing today? I'm Cheat Design."
There you go.
Facts.
Big facts. Big Mike, how you feeling?
Cheat Designs. Actually, I'm Nina Chic Boutique.
Hey,
Right.
Okay then. Hey, so real quick before we get to what we're getting to today, we have a very, very, very special guest in here, man. He's family, and we're gonna talk a lot of shit, man, because this dude is full of fire right now. He's on fire, man. But before we get to that, we'll talk about some other stuff that's on fire, and that's our sponsorships, man. They're always doing stuff. So let's just start out, man, with 8 Mile Vodka. Mikey Shoe, shout out to him and everybody over there at 8 Mile Vodka. Thank you so much for your support. Born in Detroit. What up, though? What's happening? Love y'all. Smoothest vodka, the award-winning 8 Mile Vodka, might I say.
Yeah,
if
man.
I do say so myself. Big Mike, what you got over there for sponsorship, good brother?
Man, and as always, we got JCs Quality Construction. He does everything from the 2x4 to the key to the front door. You can hit him up at 734-652-9715. Mention Beyond the Tracks podcast, and he will give you 15% off all materials. Once again, that's JC Quality Construction. Hit him up, Jason Cole.
Absolutely. And as always, over here we handle candles, Kayla and Stelios with the good So We candles coming at you one more time. You know what I'm talking about, man? And we got the citronella and we got the Fruit Loops as always. And I actually promised last time that we was gonna have the new Halloween candles. They're not quite done yet, so maybe next podcast, but they're coming soon. So holla at we handle candles for all your candle needs and everything, especially for this time of year. They love getting into it. Obviously, Stelios, aka Spooky. How could you not get into Halloween time with your boy Spooky Films? Big Mike, what else you got over there for sponsorship, good brother?
Man, as always, we got my man Lloyd Cheatham, Cheat Designs. He does all them custom one-off boys. Not only does he do clothes, but he does artwork. He does comics. He does pretty much if you can put a pen to pad or paint to canvas, he can do it. Facts. You can hit him up at www.cheat-designs.com. Let him know that Beyond the Tracks podcast sent you, and he'll hook you up.
Yes, sir. Shout out, Lloyd. Yeah, man, let's get right into it, man. No soliloquies, as my boy Rome says. You know what I mean? Soliloquy. I say it on point every time, too. I don't care how much I smoke to drink. Soliloquy.
Bro, keys to life.
It is.
I think I might want to do this intro, too.
You want take it from me. I'll start it because I'm just going to tell y'all right now. This dude right now is 9-0. 9-0 in the ring. All right, he's coming for that ass. Ain't been touched. Mike, what you got to say about him?
Hailing from Monroe, Michigan.
Facts.
By way of, I don't know, East 4th? I don't know.
6 KOs.
With 9 fights, 9 wins, 6 by way of knockout.
Yes, sir.
We have Dee Millz.
Miller time.
In the building.
Let's get ready to podcast.
Yeah.
Damn, Michael Buffer in this.
Let's go.
bitch.
No, I ain't that good.
No, oh shit. Okay.
And don't call me
Sound
Michael
good.
Buffer because then you still got to pay him.
You right. Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna edit that shit the fuck out. Dee Millz, what's happening?
What's
Derek
going
Miller's
on,
in the
fam?
building, man. AKA Dee Millz. What's happening, cuz?
I'm good, man. Just doing what I do.
I know that's right. You got a big fight coming up this Friday. So yeah, man. You getting ready for that joint? What's up?
Yep. September 16th is going down, man. I'm doing what I gotta do, doing what my coaches need me to do and what they want me to do. I'll try not to leave no stress on them, and there ain't no stress on me.
Yeah. So you're going for 10-0 right now. You're 9-0. You're going for the big 10-0.
Double digits mean a lot.
Yeah. Fighting for the 10-0 at the very place where you had your debut, your pro debut.
Yeah.
Which I want to get into right off the bat, man. The debut, man. I have some great memories from the debut. I was worried. I'm going to tell you this. We keep it all the way a buck on this.
Yeah.
And this is why I was worried. I wasn't worried about you knocking a motherfucker out. Man, let me tell y'all, I'm standing where he has to walk in at. And I've known Dee Millz my whole life. That's Cuzzo. I've never seen a man so motherfucking hype to go smack some motherfuckers in the mouth. And he was coming up, man, and he was jumping around. He's hype, fucking sweats, fucking jumping off everywhere.
Yeah.
People are grabbing sweat and putting in their pocket like, I know this dude's gonna be the man, because ain't nobody coming in the ring like that if they ain't the fucking man.
Yeah.
And I was worried because I said, I turned to, I was standing next to Ham, and I said, Ham, man, I think he might be too hype. I said, he better settle down. I hope there's like a good 3-4 minutes before the fight start, because he got to calm it the fuck down unless he's gonna go in there and clean him up in the first round. Yeah. And man, I'll be damned if Dee Millz didn't get in there. You know what I mean? I don't care how hype he was or whatever. He could have drank a 40 ounce before then and still went in there and knocked the dude clean off the ring. But yeah, man,
I definitely had a good sweat going on before I came out there. That's one thing you try to do before you come out to a fight anyway. Get a nice little sweat so you're nice and warm and ready to go. And
you was ready to go.
That first fight, I'm like,
how about that was a knockout?
Yeah.
The first fight was a knockout. What round was that?
First round, it was like 1 minute. Was it first round? Yeah, it was like a minute.
I couldn't remember if it was at the end of the first or if it was the beginning of it. Yeah.
1 minute match right there.
1 minute, man. Well, you had to get him out real quick then. Was you tired? For real though. Like for it being your first fight, your first pro fight, was the nerves kind of overwhelming the wind of you? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Because I've been through that like in the amateurs and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think I really prepared myself for this fight because, the nerves hit me as soon as I got in the ring, and that's a real nice venue. It ain't like just a gym or something like that. Right. It was a real nice venue. The lights was going and
Motor
stuff like
City
that.
Casino, baby.
The big time.
So the nerves was hitting me for a second, and I'm like, I remember what one of the coaches told me before, man, act like you in the gym, man. And I'm like, bet.
That's what's up. Before we go any further, please shout out your trainers, man, because these are guys that I love. I love your trainers dearly in the community. Like, I love them as boxing coaches. They've taught me a couple things back when I was just trying to get in shape. Yeah. But man, shout out to TR. You shout them out, man. Shout out your coaches, man.
Shout out to Ty Riggs and happy 60th birthday too. Also, he just had a birthday. He out in Disney World right now.
Happy 60th.
He in Disney World right now with his family, doing his thing. But I told him, I'm gonna do what I gotta do while you gone. You can trust me. He gonna come back and be good. I want to shout out to Keith Vining.
Yeah, man.
Keith Vining, that's who I started with.
Shabba. Right.
Yeah.
And I want to send a shout out to Leon, Coach Leon. A lot of guys don't really know him yet, but I met him out in Ann Arbor. I was just going to chasing some sparring, and he was in my corner, and we clicked off. And TR love him, so it was a good bond.
That's what's up.
A quick Dee Millz story.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew he was fighting, obviously. We live in the same community. We never really met each other, one-on-one. But he had a fight coming up, and a guy had sent him some crazy text messages. And Dee posted them. Right. So look, I'm reading the text messages. Now I'm invested. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Who that?
You talking cash shit,
who
wasn't
is this dude? So in my mind, I'm saying, okay, it's us against them now. It ain't even about,
Right.
and which was great marketing.
That versus,
absolutely great marketing, but it made people buy in. I bought in off the bat. I'm like,
I'm going to that.
This
dude tripping.
Oh, this dude tripping. Right. This is what we want to hear. Okay. All right. If that's what okay. Yeah.
And then when the fight jump off, then you go,
right.
Damn.
Told you.
You
Told you.
might have wanted to shut the fuck up.
Told you.
I tell you what, dude had been talking trash to me for over a year.
Wow.
I didn't even post none of that stuff because I
Right.
wasn't even responding for real.
Wait, did he already knew he was gonna have this fight with you for a year in advance, or was it just he knew that you were the guy that was gonna be up and coming?
No, because when COVID hit, I was supposed to fight.
Oh,
him
that's right. Okay,
March
yeah.
21st when that went off, and he had been in my inbox a little before then, all the way until we finally fought.
Right. Right.
I do remember that now because COVID.
and what
that's
happened
why I
to
didn't
him?
make that. That's the fight that I didn't
Right.
make.
Talking crazy. Right.
He got cancer.
Had to get
He
rid of him,
been
man.
real quiet since then, hasn't he?
Yeah. I
Block
mean,
him. Now you block him.
that's just
Block
his
on top.
MO, I think, man, because he was talking trash to this other guy, and I'm like, dang, that sounds like the same crazy mug.
But he ain't learned yet.
He ain't learned yet.
Oh, he
But I
knows
just-
now.
I just
But
wanna
he
tell that
came
quick
out
story.
in a little
That's-
bit better shape in his last fight that he had with dude. But I told him this, and then after we fought, he in my inbox again. Oh, I want a rematch. I'm like, man, don't nobody want to see me fight you again. If you come down
Right.
to 185, bro,
Right.
if you get your way down to 185, I'll give you a rematch.
Okay. Right.
Couldn't do it.
Now how you want it? Right.
Like
If
I
you
said,
really want it,
he
get down to
slimmed down a
185.
little bit for that one fight, but he ain't hitting that.
I knew when I seen the video of the weigh-in, I was like, this dude's talk. You know how you see people talk,
Like this
try to
the
talk
dude?
themselves, like in the street, let's say, right? You start taking off your jewelry
Yeah.
and your shirt,
This
and
the-
you're only
this the-
doing
this
that
the dude?
because you're trying to talk yourself into, man, I really don't want to do this, but
Right.
I got to do it now.
Right.
You're trying to geek yourself up. I felt like he was trying to geek himself up. Is that the dude that you said? No, what was the dude you told him? Look at your chest. Look at this dude's chest.
Oh yeah, that was the dude.
That was a
after
different. That was a dude. That was the next fight. He was
Yeah.
like, look at his chest.
Hey, little bird
How's
chest.
he talking to me? Look at his chest. Yeah, man. Hey, them joints be live though. The weigh-ins be live, bro.
Wayne's has been getting nice.
And shout out to Carlos, man, the promoter,
Yeah.
man, because Carlos does a really good job of making us buy in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we
Absolutely.
love the hometown
Absolutely.
hero.
Absolutely.
But Carlos's production and his promotion, you know, it gives you even more. There's fights on the card that I have no clue who they are, but now I'm kind of invested. I'm like,
invested,
oh,
right.
I want to see this one now too.
Yeah, good fight.
Yeah.
Guys coming back. You know, a lot of guys that's good fighters, they come back to the show, and that's who you want to see, man.
Yeah.
They knocking stuff out.
right.
Everybody want to see a knockout.
Everybody wants to see that, man. We want to see the hands being thrown at Motor City, and it's Motor City. It's the venue. It's that first fight, we was so deep. We took over a whole bar because you know Monroe when they go places.
Yeah.
What's the first place they take over? The bar.
The bar.
So the bar on when you're looking at the
Nobody
ring
had
to the
their
right.
seat.
No, yeah, we all had seats. Nobody sat down. We just took over a whole area,
Yeah.
and it was just kind of like, and that's where everybody had to walk through.
And that's why I was so hyped though, because as I was coming out, you know, it was a trickle of people in the beginning coming out, and then I just seen a big
Everybody.
old crowd just like, yeah, you know, I'm
Like
coming
Monroe
out
was
like
in
this.
this bitch.
Hey, Zach, shout out to Zach Drummond. Zach was so hyped. Zach, this is what it brought me to. Zach was tapping Dee Millz. And afterwards, because I got it all on video, I was watching the video, and remember that story we talked about that time I performed on stage at Tyrese, and he was behind me, hitting me in my back.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. I said, "Oh, he getting that big brush shit on." You know what I mean? Hyping me up, hitting the shit out of him.
I tell you what, you know who else hit me hard?
Willie,
Yeah, Richard. Richard. Bramlett.
Oh yeah.
Dog, I was coming out and I already passed him. And he was like, wham! I was like, I'm all hype, you know what I mean? My groove on.
Look, you ready to turn around and be like, what's
Hey.
up?
And he'll tell you to this day. He was like, yeah, I was the first one to hit you before you got in a match.
Hey, he done made his way. He had seats back with us somehow, some way, because he told me and Dex, he was like, I'm getting up to the front,
Right.
Because it was your debut, so you were fighting early, so not everybody was in their seats front row yet,
Right.
and he was like, hey, I'm getting up there. Me and Dex like, all right, I'll be damned if he didn't walk through. Once he went through,
Right.
all of a sudden he just slid right past him. Next thing you know, he's watching it from the front row.
Right.
Like, damn, but yeah, that's how that shit go, man. That shit was hype. That shit
Everybody
was
know
hype,
how to
man.
get. Everybody, try to get a little bit closer. Seats be clearing out.
Yeah, man.
And now you headlining
Yeah,
Right.
that's big,
in the
man.
same
excited.
in the
I'm
same
excited.
spot that he
Yep.
debuted,
Yep.
but now he's headlining.
I'm excited.
Yes.
For that.
Quick,
Yes.
Yeah.
quick.
From 1-0 to 10-0, man. 10-0. You know it's gonna be 10-0. I know it's gonna be 10-0.
We know it.
And at the same venue, and now you're headlining, man. Good point, Mike. Because that's thing that's not a lot of people are talking about, but you
Right.
should be talking about. You know what I mean? At
Yeah.
this same venue, he went from his debut to now he's headlining within 10 fights, man. So
Yeah.
big horns to that, man. The golfers clap, bro. That's dope. That's some real
what's
shit.
next?
Should we hit him
right
with
there.
the with
What's
the
next?
with the special?
What's the
Wah, wah,
plan?
wah, wah.
Already
Well,
did.
No, but we got to do
When
it.
you get that
We gotta-
title.
Oh, we will
So,
for the
we're talking
announcement.
about having a Michigan State title belt for this fight. You know, Carlos is working it out because we both
Really?
from Michigan. They said they can make it happen, and I'm like,
Okay. There you go.
I want a belt. I need something just
Right.
to
Yeah.
keep going, especially at 10-0 with the double
Absolutely.
digits. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fuck it, we might have to buy you a B.T.T. belt.
Right.
Fuck it, wear that motherfucker.
Wear that bitch in the ring.
Knuckles and big belt buckles. That's what we all
You know
about,
what I mean?
man.
Knuckles and big belt buck. I like that.
I like it.
I like that, man. The love that you receive from Monroe, man, is second to none, man. I mean, really, like Monroe has stood behind you so much through this, and it's not just because you're doing so great. It is because you're doing great, but also the person you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? Derek has always been the same person
Yep.
Facts.
since we were kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the love that you show back to your community, the way you carry yourself, you know what I mean? With your lady, your son, your family, your mother handles the tickets for you. You know, shout out to Ronnie. You know what I mean? Your dad is
Doing the
always in
business.
your corner,
Doing the
man, looking
business.
smooth with his little
Doing the
dive
business.
on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I love the family affair that comes with it. So
Yeah.
not only do we root for you, the champ, the fighter, but
Yeah.
root for you, Derek, the person.
Yeah.
Derek Miller, the man behind Dee Millz.
And I
The-
didn't
the
even know.
signs.
I didn't even know you had a flow, bro. I see you until I seen you post it. Yeah,
I was just gonna say I don't give a damn about none of this. I don't give a damn about none of this fighting shit. I'm looking for a new track.
Really?
Can I get a new
Where
track?
this come from?
God,
Can
Dee
I get
Millz
something
had-
for the B.T.T. mixtape? That's what
Yeah.
I'm jumping on that.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I'm trying
Well,
to tell you. I mean, I used to love doing that music,
BTS.
man. We used BTS.
That's what
It started
Brothers
out
That
as about that
Sacrifice.
shit.
And then it went to Brothers That Sacrifice,
Brothers That
right?
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a little more official. You know, we grew on it. And, man, I got some music, too, man, that I really want to release that I'd never released. It's like, you know, because a while ago I had gotten some trouble. Y'all know when I got in that trouble back in 2012, you know, Ramon dude had died, and police thought it was me, and they beat me up, and I wrote a song about it, and it go hard, man.
Really?
I made the beat to it too.
Really?
I didn't know you made a beat to that.
really?
BTT
Bro,
mixtape.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we definitely are gonna have
We
to
gonna
put that on the
we
next
gonna
to
hold
do,
we gonna
my
hold
guy.
that one. We gonna hold that one back.
Yeah, no, we are gonna get into
Yeah.
that for sure. I want to
Yeah.
peel back them layers.
For
Especially
real.
because of all the police brutality and stuff that
Right.
was going
Right.
on,
Yeah.
you know, but man, I got some
Right.
stuff under my
Yeah. I
sleeve,
Bet you
man.
do. I bet.
We was on our way to I remember that, and I still to this day, me and Brad, man, shout out to cousin Brad. Me and Brad talk about this still to this day. We like, man, what if Dee Millz wouldn't have jumped out the car that day? So all right, so we was on so Kevin Holliver, who we always shout out on this podcast, Underground Production. So we were doing ring entrance music for Rick Murray. He was fighting MMA, and it was at the old skateway here in Monroe when they used to throw fights out there. And Rick hit me up, was like, "Hey man, I want some custom ring entrance music." I'm like, bet it up. Rick's my homie. I'm like, dog. He's like, what does it cost? I said, if you pay for the studio time, that's it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And we'll walk you out.
Team Revolution.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it was too. Yeah.
I still got my shirt.
Yeah, the
That
totally
shit don't
focused
fit,
shirts.
but
And so I'm like, yeah, bet it up, bro. I'll get it done, and we got it done fast. Like within 2 days, man. We had the session booked. We had the songs written, and it was me, him, and Brad. Me, Derek, and Brad Montague. Shout out to little Brad.
Little Brad. Shout
And
out.
we was in Jesus' excursion.
Shout out to Jesus.
And we was like, bro, we going through the studio, let's do this. And Derek had some other stuff going on today, and he was sitting in the back
It
of
was
his
this
car.
time of the year back then because I remember it was around my birthday.
Was it? Yeah.
It was around my birthday. I got
It
out
was
the car
around-
because
yeah.
it was something. It was an event or something.
I remember he was sitting because he was back and forth. He was like, man, because he was. You can just see him in the back of the car, and I'm about to pull off, and I'm like, cuz you straight. He's like, man, damn, I'm caught. I don't know what I should do. And so finally he got out. But me and Brad went up there and we made the song for Rick, and we walked Rick out. It was dope. It was dope song. Everything looked good. But we still this day, man. Me and Brad.
I don't have that either. You got that wrong because you got everything else.
This first time I'm hearing the story.
Oh, for real?
This first time
that was a one of, and it was for Rick, and I was like, Rick, this is yours. It has nothing to do with totally
Rick.
focused.
We need that track.
I bet he still has it. But Dee Millz had a verse on there, bro. We was in Jesus' living room practicing and shit. Yeah. And Dee Millz had a motherfucking monster, bro. And I'm like, what if that would have made it on there? I don't know if you ever redid that verse, but that was a monster verse. Because you're a fighter and you're talking about fighting. It was a perfect matchup. I loved it.
So let me ask you a question though, and it's more directed toward your mentality. And the reason I say that because I believe it takes a special person basically to want to whoop somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I'll fight, for my respect or for my money or something, but to do it just because I want to beat somebody up and get paid for it, that's a different type of mindset. Tell me something about that. What motivates you to just want to box and want to do what you do?
Well, I mean, I just got a competitive spirit, man, and like I played football, basketball, baseball, and I was with the top dogs doing that in our grade. You know what I mean? And man, I going into high school from middle school, I had got some bad grades in middle school, and I went to the high school and I couldn't play football. One year they said my grades wasn't. I was mad because your grades shouldn't transfer there, and football is the first thing in the first thing in the year.
It's autumn.
It's supposed to be a clean slate, but
it's supposed to be a clean slate. So that was one of them situations where I played sports all my life, every sport, and I'm like, what do I do?
Every season,
every season. I'm like, what do I do? I got. Went to the streets a little bit, and then I went to the center, and I'm like, yep, this is what I want to do. Like,
shout out the center. Shout out the center.
Went to the center. Keith Binding was down
boxing,
there.
jabs.
Absolutely.
My boy Trey Kaiser, you know what I mean? That was his uncle Keith.
Yeah.
Me, him, and Zell. We all went down to the boxing gym. Yeah.
And it's something about Monroe. Maybe it's something in the water. Monroe breeds champion fighters, man.
Yeah, that's what the fuck we do.
Monroe breeds champion. Not just regular dudes.
Bro, we talking about
champion
I'm talking
fighters.
about old school, like Rico Hoy Senior,
right?
Bobby Hoy,
right.
And you got
champions,
Kevin, you got Keith. Of course,
TR.
they came from a
Todd
fighting
Riggs
family,
Todd Riggs was one of the best amateurs ever. I still don't know how Todd Riggs why he didn't never go pro, because he was one of the best amateurs.
He did go pro.
Did he?
He went pro. I think he had 12 pro fights, but then he got an injury.
Oh, okay.
That kind of took him out.
That's what happened then, because
can't forget Bronco.
Bronco McCart, junior middleweight champion.
You speaking on champions?
Yeah.
Rico Hoy, 5-time belt. He had 5 belts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You put him in your verse.
Put him in a verse while he was there to watch us perform.
Right.
Came out from Arizona to come see us in Toledo perform. Yeah.
That's dope.
No, but speak on it though, Mike. I mean, you're right, man. We have a lot of, like you said, going back.
I think a lot, man.
You used to fight back in the day.
Yeah, I was like little. I was like 8. Right. I took.
But didn't you and Bronco and everybody start at the same time?
We all came up together, and I think if I remember correctly, I was 4-0, and then I took 2 ass whoopings.
And he said the same for me.
I was done, man.
Right,
Honestly, because I couldn't get back into it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, and I remember Bronco and his dad Gene. Shout out to Gene. Was like, man, like you got it, and I'm like, I don't. Yeah. Like, and one of the fights, like I lost. It was on some bullshit, but. But one of the fights, I got my motherfucking ass whooped. I mean, he thumped me up. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. Like, no matter what I did, I couldn't. And you know, I was like 8, 9 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was like, no matter what I did, I go to my corner. I remember Keith. First, I blamed it on my mouthpiece. He was like, "It ain't your mouthpiece," and I was like, "It is." And he was like, "Boom, put this in." I don't even know where he got this mouthpiece from, but he jammed another mouthpiece in my mouth. And then I went out the next round, and he was like,
"The old school."
Yeah,
I got that before.
Right. Coach, I tried. Everything I do was hands in my face.
Tell somebody else, put your mouthpiece out.
And I don't know, right? And I don't know if Keith remembered it, man. But this was at the Armory in Monroe, man. In the second round. Like, it didn't matter what the fuck I did. I mean, I didn't get knocked out or no shit like that, but no matter what game plan I put in effect, dude was lumping me up. Like, I couldn't get a shot off. Right. And I was like, man, after that, I remember I told Pops was there. I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. Like this, I don't
throw me a ball or something.
Right. You know what? You hit me in the body all day, but this dude punched me in the face, man.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
Well, and that's what Rome was alluding to. Rome was alluding to it takes somebody different.
But I will tell you this.
That want to,
right? But I will tell you this: when I wrestled, that was a whole different time in my life, and that was a whole different. Like I was like the quietest kid on the wrestling team. I didn't talk no shit. None of that, but I was always that dude, like, who's like, even in like 10th grade, I was like, who's starting varsity? Oh, Cliff Johnson. Never forget it. I know he comes from a wrestling family. I want to fuck with him. So I would wrestle Cliff every chance I got, and I would lose, but it made me so much better. That I'm for real.
It's real shit, though.
You told that whole story and then said,
"Bro,
I lose."
I did, but you know what? But this is the thing. Cliff was older than me,
right?
So when Cliff left,
you was handing out the ass.
Who stepped up?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I learned so much from Cliff, and like when I did other things outside of that, I learned from Cliff. Like that was just a mentality. Like, you know, like you had kind of asked Dee about. The mentality of fighting. How can you just fight somebody? Yeah. Right?
Right. That you ain't mad at.
Right. You go in.
Right. You know what I mean?
I remember wrestling dudes, man, and dapping them up in the locker room, and we kicking it. We talking about music and all this. And at the end, I'm like, but you know I'm going to try to squeeze your neck off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to dig deep, man.
But, I mean, I'll say though, I wasn't no fighter I wasn't no street fighter though. I wasn't in school getting, I wasn't known to be a fighter when I started fighting. Mm-hmm. Like, I wasn't getting expelled from school like some people say. They had a bunch of anger from being a kid and just wanted to, and my dad kind of got on me about that. He was like, man, you sure you want to box? He was like, because there's people that ain't got nothing.
Right.
They ain't got nothing to lose. They out there, and we giving you everything you need.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dad, I can do this.
I got these hands.
I can do this. Because, I mean, my dad always, when I did sports, he always trained me in a military way. Mm-hmm. Was you really tired? Was your legs tired? You know what I'm saying? No.
Right.
Then why don't you go harder?
Why'd you quit?
He like, think about your legs when you're running. While you tired, no, think about your legs. Them the strongest things in your body. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I didn't make the sports team. I kind of went to the streets a little bit and hanging out on the block a little bit, but I brought my energy to the block. We had some boxing gloves. We was on Elmira Street. That's when I got my first taste of boxing somebody. And I remember I got hit by Quayne. Shout out to Quayne. He was a lefty. So first time you would expect that. Bam! Hit me right in my forehead. I'm like, ooh, wait.
But you took it.
Nah.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, all right, I'm done, man. You done.
So we've talked about this on the Grown Up Sports episode.
Oh yeah.
And we talked a little bit about sometimes you need to take that first lick to know that, hey, I survived.
Right, exactly.
The whole world didn't end.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you get hit by Quayne hitting you in the forehead, that might have been one of the best things that happened because you went, I didn't die.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do this.
I'm straight.
Yeah.
And
then boom.
Now I'm
then
hitting
I went
back
to
in
the
forehead.
center.
Right.
Or you
went to the center.
Or you like Big Mikey, you go, nah, this nigga hit me in the face. I don't like that shit.
But you know what? boxing, it's a science, man. It's it's
Facts.
finesse, man. Right. And that's the kind of that's what I want to know about the it ain't so much as just about punching people in the face. Yeah. It's about knowing
angles,
and trajectories and
what they say
looks
it's geometry. It's all that shit.
All
math.
that, right?
Man.
Everything is math.
It is. It's everything, man.
What would you say your style is?
I'm learning every day. Like I really picked up my own style for real. Like, I can pressure fighters. I can box.
You're long. You got reach too, man.
Yeah,
you got reach.
And then I was just kind of athletic, so it was like.
And you got some big hands too. I remember they gave me that one day.
You got some big ass.
Oh, you got some big ass hands, bro.
I was like, no wonder this dude box.
Yeah, this one got some big, heavy ass hands too.
Boom.
Right, he the one that dap you up, and you be like, all right, dog, calm down.
Yeah.
Why you mad at me?
But that's part of it, having the physical qualities, and then the mentality to want to train and get better.
Yeah. So like a guy, I went to the Golden Gloves one time, and I met this Olympian boxer, old head, and he was just telling me, he was like, man, boxing is 3 things: mental, physical, and spiritual. He was like, you got to have all those things to get the science of boxing.
Right.
You want that sweet science?
Right.
And it's crazy because no matter, people tell me I'm good, this and that, I ain't learned it all yet. And it's crazy, like,
your career
Todd
is really
just taught
new.
me something the other day that just made me even more comfortable
like,
in the ring. I'm like,
why didn't you tell me? Right.
I would say like you 9-0, and probably 7 of those fights is just pure athleticism.
And talent.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Just pure athleticism.
And
then it's like once
that grit.
That grit. And once you start like you said, you're learning every time you go into it, you're learning. So that's dope.
Your last fight at Motor City, and from me watching, this is what I seen. I seen you was thumping him, but I also seen how much of a veteran he was and how much he can eat it, and he's letting you throw. And 3 rounds in, I said, oh shit. This man came to box.
He did.
You know what I mean? I was with Mikey Shoemaker, April, and Chris Marino. We're all sitting there. I said, "Oh, Dee Millz has to box today, because he's letting them know I'm big dog in the ring. You was letting him know I'm big dog in the ring, but he was letting you know, but I'm a seasoned veteran. Yeah. I've been in here 40 times. I know some things you might not know yet. And by that 3rd round, I remember he started throwing back. Yeah. When most guys are kind of just trying to survive with you at that point, leading up to that point, all the fights I've seen, a lot of guys by the 3rd or 4th round are trying to survive if they make it that far.
Right.
And for him, it was like, no, you just warmed me up.
He turned
and
up.
I said, oh shit. And the first thing I thought was, and with Hard Knocks out, you know what I mean? And Dan Campbell talking about it, same thing he talks about in Hard Knocks, grit. And I was telling Mikey, I said, it's grit time. Yep. It's time for him to dig deep, because I don't know if anybody between him and the dude that you fought in Monroe. Those 2 dudes, I was like, oh, he's gotta put another gear in and show that grit.
Your next Monroe fight gonna be crazy. And so you know, the next Monroe fight gonna be crazy.
Right. I need tickets.
And
today.
it's gonna be out.
I can't wait.
Was that the first time?
That's gonna be my first one.
Was that the first time you thought that you were kind of battle tested? Your last fight at, you know what I mean?
Monroe?
No.
Oh, the last dude, yeah.
The last dude at Motor City. Or no, let's go back to Monroe, because the Monroe one was before that one.
Yeah.
So the Monroe one, did you feel like because you weren't knocking him out and he kept coming back for more?
Yeah.
Was that battle testing right there, your first time? Or?
Yeah, because we went the distance. I mean, I fought a guy in Ohio, a Puerto Rican dude, but that was my first fight back after COVID. And, I was kind of a little rusty. I felt it. I dropped him in the 3rd round, but I was still got a little too tired to just finish him. I was still hitting him with more shots than he was touching me with. But, that dude was tough. But then the guy at the center, man, he was like a rubber band. Because I remember I would hit him with a right hand. Boom! I hit him with another one. Boom! Hit him all in his face, clean. And he was like,
Right.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the shoes he had on?
Right.
Bro, he looked
Right,
like
yeah.
they just got.
Yeah.
No bullshit. I talked to the dude before the fight. I thought he was a dude like opening up because
He had a trench coat on.
yeah, he was sitting in that corner over
was
there
like
by
a
the bar, by the back room. Yeah, I was like, who is this dude?
Security was looking
come to
at
get
him.
a body.
He's the dude they call and go, hey,
Right.
you want to fight? He just gets
Yeah.
up and just goes
Yeah.
like this,
I'm
stretches
ready.
out a couple times,
Right.
and gets in there and goes to fucking work.
Hold on, let me call my boss, see if I can get off today.
Yeah, well, because how many fights has he had? He had 40
He had
fights,
like
didn't
50,
he?
almost
Right.
50
fights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Season.
Yeah,
And
he's fought.
You was hitting him.
Yeah, I mean, you look down his record. He's fought some ex-world champs.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
no, he
Right.
wouldn't go down because we were sitting ringside. And we're like, because we were like,
that
D
season.
Millz, that time that you hit him, and I'm talking about it was the counter of counter, and you hit him square.
Dog.
I was like,
It's
how did
like
he
a
not
rubber
go
band.
down?
I hit him. When I hit him, I felt it go all the way down my two big knuckles. All the way down.
Right.
Like the next few weeks,
Like, I
you
felt
know,
it. Yeah.
I still had a little
Little tingle.
Say,
Yeah.
I hit that
sensation.
motherfucker.
Right.
I hit him.
that one.
I hit him.
Yeah.
It's the Mexican fighters, though. What was he from? Guadalajara? No, Mexico City, maybe?
Guadalupe or something like that.
Guadalajara, I want to say.
Yeah,
maybe.
where the
Yeah, no,
tough.
where the motherfuckers
Where
fight.
it's
Yeah,
tough.
He was
That.
tough anyway.
yeah.
You ain't got no boxing gloves here. Put these on your hands.
yeah.
Right.
wrap this shirt around.
Wrap your
Right.
shirt around.
So this next opponent, what are you thinking? Is he on their caliber as far as where you got to bring that grit out? You think that as far as being seasoned, do you think that he's seasoned, or is he? I mean, talk about him. I don't know much about this opponent.
Well, I mean, he was 9-0 before he started taking some losses. You know, he was a well-known guy.
Okay.
You know, well-known guy in Detroit. He's slick and he's experienced. You know, he's a bit older, you
Right.
know, than me, but he's
Right.
slick and he's experienced, and that's why it's gonna come down to what do I know.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
that's what you need.
Only person that's gonna beat me is me.
Steel
And
sharpens steel, bro.
I'm trying to win
Yeah.
this week. I'm trying to win
Yep.
a little bit next week.
Absolutely.
You know, before the fight. That's
Absolutely.
when I'm gonna win.
Yep.
I'm gonna know. You know.
Yep. That's what's up, man.
How's training been coming along, man? Is it there's some videos surfacing that, you know, everybody that's listening to this podcast now, y'all seen the promo video surfacing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Shout out to Spooky
I was gonna say I seen the one
Shout
today,
out
man.
to
That was
Spooky
Yeah.
with
dope.
the video.
Yeah. It was rough.
I mean, is this, you know, is the hype at all affecting your training going into this one? Because it is double digits and it's kind of a big deal, and there is people really buzzing about it.
Right. And your buzz grown, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that affect
You know,
in training?
You know, I think about it, man. Like, you know, a lot of people coming to the fights, you know, and a lot of people spending their money to come
Right.
see me win, you know. So
You notice he looking at me because he's
Right.
like, nigga, you ain't been to not one.
when I train,
Gotta spend that bread, bro.
no, and there's a lot of people that say that to me, but I respect it because it's a lot going on, man, and I feel the love all the way from home. Like everybody there is just giving me that.
I tell you what, the
energy.
people that are not there, they are there because
They're there.
we watching it live.
We watching
Hey,
it.
shout out
For
to
real.
Mandela.
I would say shout out to
Everybody.
Mandela because if it wasn't Mandela is like the BET
The Howard
of
Cosell. Right.
Yeah.
the BET of boxing right now.
I make sure Mandela get a ringside seat every time.
Every time. Shout out Mandela. That's my
shout
man.
out Mandela, man. Yeah. So with this fight coming up, right? This is going to be this Friday, September 16th.
Next Friday.
This Friday.
Oh yeah.
It's a podcasting trick.
Oh yeah.
This Friday, September 16th, man, it's going down at Motor City Casino. We talk about Dee Millz, the boxer, but Dee Millz, the man. We talked about Derek Miller, the man. We talked about before, and you're a little bit younger than me, but we all kind of grew up together.
Yeah.
You know, me and your sister rode to school every day in high school. You know what I mean? Shout out Treese.
Yeah,
You know,
shout out to Treese.
you know what I mean? The whole crew, man. That we was always growing up, being around each other, doing things, and just seeing you be, you know. From the younger brother
Man.
type aspect, man, yeah, we just call him man, you know, and then one thing, like I remember us being on my porch, man, on Smith Street, and sitting there talking till the sun came up, and I was like, it was like the first time, you know, when you kind of like when you got somebody that's younger than you, you know what I mean, and you like the first time you go, oh shit, like Like he's not younger, like he's not Lil Man no more. This is Derek, the man, you know. And I remember we had a long conversation, and then when we was together at Black Lake, you was a union rep, I was a union rep.
Yeah.
Shout out to UAW, man. We was out to the Black Lake for a conference and a retreat.
Yeah.
And we really got some time to kick it then because we hadn't seen each other in a minute.
Right.
You know what I mean? We both went off to work and doing our own thing.
Right. Yeah.
And Derek Miller, the smarts, Derek Miller, the leader. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh shit. So proud of you, cuz. By the way, I don't know if I told you that then. I used to be hard on D Millz when I talked to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that I used to be hard because I was used to be like, man, this dude used to show up to fucking class late every morning. I'm like, dog, they about to send you home, dude.
Yeah.
I used to ride him because I care about him.
Miller
you know what I
time.
mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, always on Miller time. But yeah, you know, Derek Miller, the man. You know what I mean? And the leader, the union rep. I mean, people from your plant that was there, they followed you. They knew Derek. You know what I mean?
92.
Yeah. So
and I want to send a shout out to Larry Robinson. You know, he was out there.
Larry,
he said, I remember TJ. I told him, I was talking to him the other day, and you know, I like UAW. I like union, man. I love union because you build a brotherhood, and I don't even work there no more, and we still keep in contact. And when I need help, I still call him because he was just that smart guy that could say what I was feeling.
That mentor.
Yeah,
that's
what we all need.
He the one made me a leader in the union. He brought me along. He like, this is what it is, man. Like,
that's what's up. Gave you the game.
This is how we survive.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there's some people out there that look at you the way that you look at Larry. I'm positive. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Whether it be union based or whether it just be out here. I know how people talk about you. I talk to people. I'm out here, and the way people talk about you is in the same regards, like you're talking about with Larry. You know what I mean? So that's me paying my homage. You're giving you the golfer's clap, as my brother always says. You know what I mean? To the man, for real, the man and the leader you have become, and the father you have become. You know what I mean? Which I think is so dope.
Father.
Yeah. He be at all the IWR events, man.
Yeah, the wrestling.
The wrestling events.
He almost got ran over.
Right. He had his little goose sock on.
Yeah, man. And, you know, it's I get it a lot where they say, the champ. You know, and then somebody that didn't know me was hearing this. It was like, what are you the champ? You know, what belt you got?
Right.
You know, I told him, like Todd says, making champions in the ring and in life.
There you go.
And, you know, I would say the best thing about me, I guess, I discipline myself in a certain way. And I care about everybody I'm around. Like, I care enough to tell you, like, that's a bad idea, or even to take that time out.
Yeah, that's growth.
I'll take the time out in the middle of a party, like, bro, and pull somebody aside, like, bro, you know what I mean? It's not looking good, you know, just.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that probably comes from a couple times, some cats pulling you to the side and going, hey.
There's
D, this might not be the look for you, bro.
Right. Yeah. That's why I had TJ with me.
And there's a few
all
cats,
my big cousins like that.
Man, who used to be like, oh shit.
Like, oh, D.
D used to, I ain't gonna put all your business. D was wild, man. For a minute there, D was wild. I said, oh shit, he smelled himself. You know how they say smelling yourself? I said, oh, he's smelling himself.
What's that yin yang? Wild out, party, wild out.
You know.
I mean, I've been in entertainment, you know. And that's why I kind of tell people.
But never, but hold on. Just to say this though, but never in a bad way. Right. He was never like some bully out there acting wild. Like he was never trying to rob nobody or do no shit like that. Yeah. He was always a great dude. You know what I mean? It's just when the party happens sometimes. The party would be the party. I was that way too. Right. I had my OGs telling me, hey, you need to sit the fuck down.
Calm it down.
You know?
Did you listen to that?
And I hung with a lot of older people.
Did I listen?
Yeah.
I mean, it took me longer to. It took me a lot longer to listen than it did him.
So
he learned a lot quicker than me.
The OGs was doing their job.
They was.
Okay, that's how.
I know where you're going with it.
That's how.
Sometimes the OGs can only say so much.
Right.
And it's up to the student to
take
the knowledge and listen.
And life will teach you. You know, even when you hear it, it still don't resonate until you live through it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you think back.
That's facts.
Man, Mama told me Daddy told me.
Yeah.
My man's told me.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
I should have just.
And a lot of people
That comes with life lessons.
do what they want to do, but I kind of took the advice.
There you go.
Like my
definitely
dad
did.
always talked to me, and like I said, he went to the military, and he always talked to me in a way that always just resonated with me. You know what I mean? Like,
How many times Brother Miller punched you in the chest? It's been a few. I bet.
I mean, you know, actually, my
I
dad,
know your pops.
he didn't really get physical with me. He would like do like
Mental.
mentally.
I was gonna
like,
say, yeah.
That's worse.
Yeah. And that's how I kind of get with my son too.
I feel that. I do that same thing.
It's a mental thing,
with my
like-
grandkids.
And times is different.
It's like I don't chastise them nothing. I just look at him. And be
He
like,
hit me with the disappointment
man,
thing.
yeah.
Nobody
That's
wants
what
to disappoint their
I
dad.
say that all the
Exactly.
time.
Yep.
You mad at me?
Yep.
Nah, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. And that's the worst. That's the worst.
But you know what, man? And that's actually a really good message, for folks out there listening too, man, is because, I grew up with Bro Black, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And Bro Black is a fucking gangster. He's also has the key to the city.
My guy.
He
Shout
also
out Bro
has
Black.
all these awards from the NAACP. All that shit, 501c3, the whole fucking nine, but he's a fucking gangster. But you would think that somebody like that was known for whooping ass, you know what I mean, would physically, he's never put his hands on me, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it was that same thing. It was like, I would cry like, I gotta go home to this dude after something I did because he's gonna be mad at me. He's gonna be disappointed. The word you said, disappointed, is like, you know what I mean? So, to me, I believe that if you feel like you don't want to do something because you feel like you're disappointing your father, right? Or as a father, you feel you're taking the being disappointed approach, that means you're doing a good thing. Like if your kid's like crying because he disappointed you, that's a good thing.
That's facts. Right.
Because you can hit me all you want. If I don't get it, I don't get it.
Yeah.
If I don't feel like I respect you enough that I care or not that you're disappointed, you're not doing your job. You know what I mean? As my father. Right. And so that's bigger than actually being being proud of being like, I had to yoke him up the other day, man. I had to teach him a lesson, punch him in the chest. It's like, you probably didn't teach him shit.
Yeah. I always tell people, man, like I want people to, there's some people that rule out of fear, and there's some people that rule out of respect. You want to rule to get that respect, because if somebody respects you, then they'll really feel if they've let you down or disappointed. If it's out of fear, then it's just about what can I do not to get caught. Not I'm not gonna do this but I'm gonna do it. But how can I not get caught?
Exactly. And the flip side of that is going, what would my dad say if he's seen what I was doing right now?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's where the respect comes in. The fear is, how can I get away with this if my dad don't find out? The flip side is, what would my dad say if he was here right now and did find out? You know?
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, though,
That's like,
I'm sorry, but unfortunately, a lot of homes don't have those fathers, bro. Unfortunately,
True.
Yeah.
And in the community where we come from, you don't have that example. It could be mitigating circumstances. We don't know. For whatever the reason, a lot of boys don't have that, and it's a value or it's something to be applauded when a guy says, "I did have my father to tell me or school me or feel," because a lot of boys don't have that.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's a great point too, because that's why we always talk about it takes a village. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And we're so big in community. We're actually about to leave here to a community-based meeting with a bunch of community leaders, and that's what you know what I mean. That's one thing that, because not everybody has that. So you know what I mean. There's to some kids that don't have that. At least they have a Larone.
Right.
At least they have a TJ. At least they have a Big Mike. At least they have a Derek.
Right.
Right. And I think that's our job as being older and knowing kind of where we're at in life to step up and be that, because there might be somebody that you might mentor. This dude, there's a little kid looking up to you that doesn't have a father right now, watching you train down at the center, watching the way you conduct yourself.
And the center, once again,
Come
shout
in and
out a place where the kids can go and see men interact with other men.
Yep.
You know, a lot of times what you tell kids or whatever, they don't hear it, but they watch. They see how you interact. They see how you move.
My
grandkids
kids want to box right now. A huge reason is because of him.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not just boys neither.
Right.
I've seen girls in that
Girls as
ring,
well.
man, down at the
Absolutely.
center. This is before they moved it to the church and all
We
that.
got last week.
I'm
I
talking
was
about
down there. Girl was in there.
We got to
tough.
get wrists in there.
There's a girl in there that, and
Tough.
this has been
Coach
years
was
and
coaching her
years
too.
ago.
Coach was coaching her up.
Me and Rip was in there working out.
Little slim girl. I don't know
Oh,
her name. You know what I'm talking about?
She knew.
I think so. Coach was coaching her up.
Yeah, it was a
I was
few
down
of
there for
them.
about 10, 15 minutes, and she was working.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, me and Rip was in there. This is years and years ago. We was in there working out. And there was this girl in there. And I know who she is. And I won't put her on black, but I know who she is. And I know that she didn't have a father figure. You know what I mean? But that she was, man, when it was Todd in there and I'm trying to think of his name, man. He boxed for a little bit. Older dude, but he was just down there really volunteering. But just the way that she listened to them, you know what I mean? And was so focused. And I know her like that. And I was just like, this is exact. Me and Rip had a long conversation about just watching her. I was like, this is exactly what she needs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not just boys. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know we're talking about because you have a son, you have sons, and you don't have any granddaughters. You don't have any. You know.
I just got some nieces.
I'm down there a couple days ago, right? And and obviously you was training. You was coming in. I was going out.
Okay.
And they had a little girl down there. I'm talking about she was working, and coach on her head, coaching her. And I'm thinking, she gonna be tough. This little girl here, she responded. I'm like, oh yeah, she
That's what's
hungry.
up.
She gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I actually trained one of my little one of my little cousins, and she within the few months that I had trained her, I took her with me to that Ann Arbor gym. I met my coach Leon at, and she got in the ring with a girl that was been boxing for like a couple years. You know what I mean? And she went to work. She was like, the other coach was like, dang, she like a little Dee Millz out there. She hopping back, shooting the right hand, mow. I'm talking about, dog, I wish I could have just kept her in there. Like, she had me shining right now as a coach. You know what I mean?
Just have that natural ability to move around
Just
and stuff.
natural
Yeah.
ability. I mean, she was a basketball player. And, in the way I coach, I coach using like the transfer of skills. If you play the sport, I'll figure that out, and then I'll transfer that to boxing.
Okay.
If bend your knees like you playing defense on basketball, or you know what I mean, use your body like you would in football, or you know what I mean.
Dope.
And it just low key, I see them learning so much faster when I'm doing that. It's doing stuff like that. It's cool, and like the people that I'm training, it's cool that they like my journey, because I do get that time to talk to them and give them an understanding. Like, you ain't got to be doing all that stuff out there. This is the door is open.
I call that the plus factor. You come down here for some training, plus you gonna get some mentorship and some mental training.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, because I mean, it was kids coming down to the gym and moms coming through like, oh, my kid's getting suspended, you having a hard time, this and that. And I took him to the side a few different days in a row, and he picked his act up a little bit, and he didn't have much of a father figure around him. And I like that I can talk to these kids stern, because they ain't about to run away. They want the sport.
Right.
I can talk to them real stern, like, don't be doing that,
Yeah.
And I like the way they respond. They better than what
And most
you
of them,
hear
right,
about
and most of them
how
want
they
that.
respond. Yeah.
Most of them want that. Yeah.
Because
That's wild.
then too, I don't know, they might be a little intimidated.
Right, they scared.
Like, they
Right.
might talk crap to their parents.
right.
Like to their whole parent.
Exactly.
This is your whole
Yeah,
parent.
absolutely.
And you respecting
They be
me
like,
standing at attention.
Yeah, but you know what? And,
They
and-
look at
and-
them
and
hands. They be like, ooh.
Right.
Let me say a big disclaimer on this one, okay? I am not comparing children to animals or dogs or anything, but let me give an analogy. I'm a big fan of, I love dogs. Everybody know I've always had dogs. I love dogs. And Caesar, the dog trainer, how dogs will cut the fuck up with their owner.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
He's not training the dog. He's training the owner.
Yeah.
because the owner's letting them cut up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
a lot of times
Yeah.
that be it too. They're respecting you
Yep.
because they look at you different
Yep.
because you're not playing that bullshit.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
We've all had that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not you because you got them babies, but we've all had that. Like I be schooling it. I be trying to school y'all. I'm telling you exactly what you need to hear, but they're like, "Oh, you just dad. You don't know what you're talking about." What you talking? What?
Yeah.
What you know about it? You know.
But yeah,
you
it's
just
it's
an
different. You know what I get? It's
you
different
don't-
now.
Yeah, but you know what though? Oh, yeah, but you know what though? Skylar and Connor, you know what I mean? They'd be like, "Fuck you, mom," right? Go in there to the gym, dog. This is real shit.
yeah.
Go in there into the gym and let bro just try just a little bit of that on Bro Black.
Bro Black.
And when he tell you, get your motherfucking ass on that line, we doing gut busters, I bet you don't say shit and you go get on that line and you do some gut busters.
Today.
You know what I mean?
Today.
Yeah, well, you know
I
what?
want to say when he was just running the camp not too long. This was about 4 or 5 months ago. I see him in the gym.
Yeah.
Matter of
Yeah.
fact, with your
And he was a
niece.
little bit different.
I
He
seen
was a little bit
him in the
different.
gym.
He was a little bit different.
Well,
He
this-
wasn't the old.
working.
They don't get the old
They
Bro
don't
Black.
get
Yeah.
the old one.
First tournament I ever played in when I first got here to Monroe 20 years ago was the
The Ford Madison
Ford
Sports
Madison.
and Education Program.
say it again.
Yep.
Say it, shout it out.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So when you say your daddy was a gangster, not only was he a gangster, he was a well respected individual in his community.
Yeah, but
You know,
sometimes
he
when you
had
say
a- he had
gangster,
his basketball-
he was a
basketball
gangster as a mentor too, and I don't mean that as a bad way because there's
Right.
gangsters out there that are gangster in good ways. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's because they're respected, like you always say, respect my gangster. They
Yeah.
respected it, so guess what? He was teaching men or teaching boys how to become men.
Yeah.
in that gangster way.
Yeah. You want to
You
be
know?
hard? I'll show you something. Yeah.
His famous words: "Take off."
Oh
all
my
he was saying.
God! Is he lying or
Take
is he
off.
flying? Take off. Hey, when he throw his hand up there, take off. When he do the hand gesture too,
Everybody head drop and go. They drop and go.
and you just go. Exactly, you drop it,
Just
but you
go.
go.
Bro,
Yeah.
he did that in the middle of a baseball game. Not after the baseball game. Not during practice. In the middle of, and then I seen him do that shit in a basketball game.
Oh, we was in an AAU tournament at a championship game and ran gut busters at halftime.
Wow.
And we were leading, we were winning.
Right.
But we were playing that you know what I mean? Like we wasn't running plays and shit. We had Romy Rome, like we had you know what I mean? We had
Yeah,
Air
we all
Suit.
wanted
We was
to
playing
do.
playground ball.
We started getting up, so then we start you know, we doing our thing, you know what I mean? We
Checked y'all back in.
checked us back in, like, no, how'd you get that point though? So get your ass back to fucking doing what we're supposed to be doing. That's
right.
All that and what it was is I think Romy Rome had missed some you know, when you try to razzle dazzle and double
then
pump.
pull up.
Yeah, do the little 360 lay. We wasn't dunking then, you know what I mean? Doing 360 layups and shit like that,
Right.
and missed one. Oh yeah, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
Not just Romy Rome.
Like you said, take
the
off.
young Romy Rome.
Take off.
Yeah, not this Romy Rome. This Romy Rome.
Yeah, the
wouldn't,
young Romy Rome. I don't miss layups.
Yeah, he wouldn't have missed the layup. You seem like a real jump stop type of
I'm
dude.
a hooper, bro.
Jump stop, pump fake, go up.
I did it all.
Use that guy?
I was
Fundamental?
nice. I'm still nice.
I've hooped with you before,
yeah,
as a
I'm
matter of
still
fact.
nice.
I hooped with you over at Trinity a couple times, man.
I believe so.
When you first came back to Monroe.
yeah, I'm still nice.
I ain't never seen Rome shoot a damn basketball.
You ain't never seen him play?
I've known him for 20 years. I ain't seen him shoot
Yeah,
not
I
one
remember-
damn
Bro,
basketball.
Trinity.
I'm nice at anything. You name it. Hopscotch. Jumping jacks. You remember jacks? Nigga? I throw a ball up in tens.
That was called,
Bam!
bro, that was called craps.
D Millz.
No, I'm talking about jacks.
This is the
we
part
were-
of the show.
I'm talking about
where
jacks,
we
where
let
you
these
bounce the
old
ball.
people just be old for a second.
You got fours, you got fives, you got sixes.
Hey, this is where they had bell bottoms on and shit. We don't know.
Yeah.
We'll just, yeah, we
You ain't never played jacks?
You gotta let them enjoy their memories.
I know. We
Are
gotta let
you
them have their
kidding
moment.
me?
Nah,
D,
man.
you ain't never played jacks, my guy?
I did
Blackjack
as I
at the
got
casino.
older. Like my girl, like they did that in Southwest Detroit. And,
Okay.
she
Yeah,
you know,
jacks.
had to bring the game home. You know when you find it again, scoop them.
Where are we
Y'all,
at?
y'all shot marbles too, didn't y'all?
Bro, we
You shot
50.
marbles?
Where are we at?
We
But-
50, bro.
No,
You
we
shot
weren't
marbles,
doing
didn't
jacks.
Nah,
That
I
wasn't
ain't
the
shoot no
game.
marbles, but
Did y'all play football on that
That
little
was
thing
nice.
that
That vibrates.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's about as far back as I can go.
Oh, bro.
And it
It's
was
the
hard.
vibrating football
Dude,
field. That's
we
as far
dad
back as I
showed
go.
me
Shout
Yeah,
out to all, not just
Leagues.
one. Shout out to all the McAllisters because
They had them all.
All of them played that. Yeah,
Bro, we had leagues.
they were
what
the
are you talking about?
Exactly.
Vibration football?
Yes. T.
Are you kidding me? And the players just move. All it was, the board vibrated, and the players just move how they move.
If they get into a touchdown, they get there.
If they get there, they get there. You know, you had a quarterback, you can throw a pass.
But you know that shit.
But y'all was best quarters and stuff on that deal.
And that was angles, man.
All
how
that.
you position
You
your
set 'em
dudes.
up, yeah.
Hey, I got one for you. I just seen the other day
Paint
though,
'em?
on some real shit though. Remember that bowling? It was kind of like bowling pins, but the ball was on a string,
No.
and you just let it go, and it hits the bowling pins. No, y'all ain't fuck with that. I fuck with that.
That was after our
Bro, hold on. I'm wrong. You gonna understand this? Helmets.
football helmets.
Remember, you got the helmets from the.
Oh yeah, the little mini helmets.
And you shoot the dice, and that would tell you where you can move certain.
Man,
we was betting dollar for dollar on sorry.
Well, that
Bro,
was your daddy.
Bro,
that was your daddy.
House, bro.
Right, that was your daddy.
Hey man, here's another quick one, man. A shout out to Mike Naterio, God rest his soul, man. He just passed not too long ago. We was at Mike Naterio's house, and we used to be some gambling motherfuckers, man. That's when my daddy wouldn't shit about that. He let us gamble or whatever. So, but we was at Naterio's house. We was gambling, playing AC Deucey. Y'all remember AC Deucey?
I remember.
Y'all play AC
Yeah.
Deucey?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so we was playing AC
wasn't a
Deucey,
gambler.
and I'm talking about pot got up to like $70. We're like 8th grade. You know what I mean? How do we got a pot that's $70 in 8th grade?
Right.
Maybe nowadays $70 ain't much, but back then $70 was a lot.
700.
Right.
Mike came in and was pissed that we was gambling, and he's like, "You motherfuckers want to gamble? All right." And he was like, "I'm next." We got a $70 pot. Boom! This motherfucker had like a 2 and a fucking jack, and was like pop, and hit that bitch and walked out with our money and left. Like he left the house.
Right.
Like he came
Like, I'm
home
done.
and was like,
Right.
"This," took our money and then left, and we was like,
Didn't give you a chance to get it back.
Not
just left.
My cousin did me like that. Fuck.
Just left. I said, "Damn, if that ain't a
That's how
lesson
you
for
learn.
your
Yeah,
ass."
that's how you learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He damn near robbed the dice game. He's like the OG coming in robbing the dice game.
That's how the
That's how
OG
you
Like,
learn.
oh, you
Teach
want to play on my
lesson.
block and not pay me? Huh? Okay, watch this.
That's how you
Okay,
learn.
sorry. That was a little bit too.
Broke out the
yeah.
loaded.
Yeah, we almost
loaded night.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. Dee Millz in the building, everybody, man. Once again, we got Dee Millz in the house. He's got a fight coming up September 16th, this Friday, at Motor City Casino. He's going for the 10-0. You know what I mean? He has
gonna be
another.
crazy.
It's going to be fucking
gonna be
nuts,
crazy.
man.
It's gonna be dope.
This one's going to be nuts, man. It really is. I have seen and we're back outside.
We gotta
You know what
start
I mean?
planning the after parties. That's what we gotta do.
Facts.
Shit.
You see my hands?
Well,
We end up always at the bar at the casino having after.
We gotta start planning after parties.
yeah.
bro. We gotta
Well,
start
I
planning
do
this.
be doing a thing at Carlos has a club. The promoter, he has a club called Society Detroit.
Okay. See, I'm still.
didn't
And,
know that. Yeah,
and
I'm
he
sleeping.
he showed me a lot of love. If most of the time he'd give me a flyer to hand out to all my people.
Yeah.
And everybody that show him that flyer at the door get $5 off.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
Maybe
he
we're at
give-
that spot then.
He throw some of the fighters a bottle,
Yeah.
and you know.
I seen he just hosted a little party at the crib too, man.
yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah, we went to a spot, man.
Carlo, yeah.
He invited me to the crib, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'll put it like this:
I had to go.
after seeing, and not that I thought otherwise, but after seeing his crib, I was like, "Oh no, that chain is definitely real diamonds.
oh yeah.
Definitely real diamonds."
I can get in.
blinging,
I
man.
can get into fight promotion. Let's do
Right.
this.
Yeah. Well, he owns he owns a lot of other businesses,
Right.
that really make him the revenue. You know, he's got a place out in Southfield called Debo's Daiquiri. It's popping right now. I looked at the reviews and everything. Everybody like, man, the wait is long, but it was worth it. I'm like, damn, I got to get out there. I ain't made it out there yet. Maybe that'd be something we all go do something.
Boom.
All right, I want to know this.
And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier when we was on the balcony. When we were talking about how things move. Mm-hmm. That's part of it.
Yeah.
So I gotta know something. After you beat this dude and you become 10-0, all right? What's the first meal you're going to?
The first
And I know
meal.
you don't have to cut, I know you don't have to cut weight that much. That's one thing about
Yeah.
you is your walking around weight is pretty close to
Close.
your fighting weight. But what are you just smashing?
Steak, man. I'm a steak person.
Yeah?
You know,
Say it again. See what's
Got that Rome over here.
Steak and potatoes.
You can't steak and potatoes. You can't beat it. You can't beat
I'm a
it.
steak person, man.
Yeah, man.
Like
Medium rare ribeye.
medium rare. Yeah, I mean
What-
medium well. Medium well.
Because I know you don't indulge in adult beverages while you're training, but after the fight, boom, what's your first shot?
8 Mile.
Hey!
It does matter.
It does matter. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, my man.
My man. You
My
get-
man. By the way, if you look
got
on
something
my Instagram or Facebook, you can catch the commercial to It Does Matter. Me, Pete
Does
Rendina, Mikey
I
Shu,
love that.
April, everybody. Welly's
Right.
in there. Oh, shout out to Welly. It's Welly's birthday, by the way. Alex
out
Wellhausen,
Welly.
man. Shout out Welly, man. Grilling with Welly. Maybe we'll do a little grilling with Welly. I'm going to see if Welly can come up for the fight, man. I don't think Welly's ever been to a fight. I'm going to see if Welly can make it to
He'll
a
love
fight,
that.
man.
He'll love it.
Definitely.
Facts.
Now,
I got a question for you.
go ahead.
Who's your boxing GOAT and why?
Ooh, good question.
Roy Jones Jr.
Wow, y'all must have forgot.
Oh,
And he
Roy
can rap.
Jones
Is that because he
Jr.
can rap too?
and why?
He's nice.
He
Nice
was,
with it.
you know, he gives you the full effect of like a creative player boxer. You know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to watch Floyd Mayweather, you can see a crafty guy that wasn't getting hit like that. But if you wanted to see a knockout, you're going to get that out of
got
Roy
that
Jones.
power,
It's going
yeah.
to be something
Kinda-
slick. It's going to be something nice. He's just athletic. He just did what he could do off his athleticism. He had his hands down a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's who
He's in my top 5.
gave me the
Definitely my
aspect
top 5. Yeah.
He's definitely in my top 5.
that I could be like,
He's like my 6'7", but yeah, it's close. Yeah.
yeah. Always look at even coming up, I always looked at the best. And just like you did with wrestling, you want to test out the best. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And like Roy Jones Jr. was the best to me, and like I always wanted to get in the ring with him just to see
Yeah. Well,
those skills or just get that game from him. You know what I mean?
and when he left, he was light heavyweight, I believe, right? He was all the way up to light heavyweight.
Shoot, he moved up to. He was nearly
I think he was-
heavyweight.
I think he did fight
I think
heavyweight.
he did fight
fought
a few-
heavyweight.
Because you're fighting cruiser, is that right?
Yeah,
This fight.
yeah, yeah.
And do you want to go back down, or do you want to go up, or do you just
Well,
as it comes?
cruiserweight has been where I've been. I fought that crazy dude at heavyweight, and it's
Would
been
you ever go
heavyweight
down?
and
Would you ever go
cruiserweight.
down to light heavyweight or to light heavyweight?
heavyweight.
Do you
That's-
think you can ever go down or no?
That's what my coaches say I'm supposed to be at anyway.
Yeah.
But man, it's hard on me right now because I'm managing my own career.
Right.
I'm boxing. I'm doing my family thing.
Right.
I'm doing
It's a lot.
a bunch of other stuff
Right.
with the co-op group, doing
Right.
stuff with the community, and
Right.
just I'm doing a lot, man.
You
So-
working.
No, you out here.
Yeah.
You out here for real.
So like
Shout out co-op.
I've been on my knuckles for real all this time. So like when I finally get a paycheck, it's gonna be so deserving. Like
Absolutely.
I'm on my knuckles,
Yeah.
dog. Like,
No, but you grinding, man.
you
and
know,
that's what
I'm
it's about.
trying to get sponsors. I'm trying
Absolutely.
to sell tickets. My first few fights, dog. Like, yeah, I sold, over 100 tickets. Over 150 tickets, but
But you did it yourself.
I did it myself. Like
Right.
my coaches and them is like, you met up with all these different.
Right.
Especially
I'm getting out of
especially the-
practice and
Grind.
going to meet somebody in
Right.
Detroit or
Yes.
The first one at the center. I remember, that was a big problem. Is because you were doing so much. Like the
Yeah.
day of, I remember Mikey. I remember Mikey told me that he was like, I don't want to talk to you. Mikey told me that he told you like basically like no disrespect, man, but I don't want to. Like you're about to fight tonight.
Yeah.
Like
Got a lot going on.
put somebody else on the phone and don't worry about it. I'll make sure it's good on my end. You don't need to worry about anything. And I've heard those stories from other different people,
But-
that move around, with you,
Yeah.
that they were kind of like, but
a lot of people was
the
worried
way-
about me.
But yeah, but in the way I thought about some of them too, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say all of them, but some of them is kind of like, well, don't create it then. You know what I mean? If you don't say it now, it's the
Right.
day of. You know what I mean? Like you should have thought about this a week ago.
Right.
But it all worked out. You had to go the
did.
distance though, but it did all
Yeah.
work out.
It
And
was
truthfully-
unanimous still too.
And that's part of the grind too. Like you
Yeah.
said, that way you appreciate it more once you take off. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
You like,
And that kind
I've
of
been
crafts
here,
you
so-
for the
Right.
career after boxing.
part of the grind.
From doing everything, now you can go into a career where you're behind the scenes, where you're promoting or you
If
know
you want
Promoting
Right.
and stuff. I mean, look at
D
it.
Millz
though.
is gonna buy a tiger when he get that first big paycheck.
You gonna get
You
the
gonna
white
buy a
tiger,
tiger.
bro? You gonna get the white tiger?
I probably will. I probably
All,
will.
all,
I got a
all
nice-
on the way. They gonna be like, there's a tiger loose on the west side. They gonna be like, what?
I need something I can run with.
I can see him on the Instagram now. Nigga, I made it.
Right.
Look, wow.
He gonna bail Joe Exotic out of the joint.
Hook me up.
No, but I feel you though, D, man. Like it's a grind. It's a grind. And right now, we commend you for that grind and staying positive and still doing it, man. There's less of men would fall off doing so many things that you do and staying true to yourself. You know what I mean? You're not chasing a check. You're staying true to you at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, so we really,
And the
really
city
commend
behind
you.
you, too.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
I'm in carpentry. I'm a carpenter, but you know,
Like
it's,
Jesus.
yeah, carpenters make good money. But I'm trying to follow a dream too. So I'm
Right.
taking layoffs
Yeah.
from that and then I'm going check to check. You know,
yeah.
trying to make that one last me to my fight. And after my fight, go back to working for a quick 3-4 weeks until I fight again.
Right.
You know, and then like that show, like, you know, I tried to be creative. I tried to do something different. You know, I sold all the tickets online. You know what I mean? And I did that, so door kind of broke down at the beginning. Had a long line out there, and so they called me like, "Hey, this isn't working." So I got up there to the center and I started working the door. I had to fight. I'm out there
Bro.
working the door. Everybody
Listen,
like, "What you
I heard
doing
real
working the
talk.
door?"
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't
The
get
night
there that early.
before, the night before, we was at the center all night, dog, getting the lights to work because the power just was having problems. So I'm literally 10 o'clock at night.
You the
I'm
electrician.
laying in the ring that they just set up.
Get a carpenter,
Waiting for the
electrician.
power to
Electrician.
get it
Bro,
fixed.
we need a reality show. We need
The behind the scenes.
real
of
talk.
this,
We need a
man.
reality show. Real talk, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and you did the second fight in Monroe where you didn't fight, you hosted.
Yeah.
You did an incredible job,
That
man.
was
You
fun.
really
Great
did,
job.
man. And you could tell you was having fun. And people, when this is how you know you got the respect of the city and the city's behind you. Because when you were in that ring and you were doing the announcements and all this different stuff, right? You were suited and booted. You looked good. You know what I mean? For real. And people were like, and you had your son out there with you helping out. And people looked at that and you commanded a crowd. When you spoke, everybody listened, no matter what they were doing. And that they're not just looking at you when you're fighting because you're the main attraction, but when you speak and people listen,
Right.
the way you commanded a crowd, and I mean, really, that
Yeah.
really says something. You know what I mean? People were there, even though you weren't fighting, people were there because it was your production. You know what I mean? You're a part of it. You know,
Yeah.
that really says a lot.
Yeah, that was epic. I noticed that too, man. People was like listening, and I was keeping their attention. Like, that's tough.
Yeah, he gave your boy a
was
shout out
nervous.
when he walked in.
Yeah,
and
that's-
shit.
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
a couple
yeah,
people
yeah.
look like, who is that?
Yeah.
He got a shout
it's
out
the
in the
mayor.
middle. He stopped Dee Millz stopped when he was saying in the ring and shouted
the
that
mayor.
man out. Who is that? The
the mayor.
mayor. The mayor.
The mayor. That's what I said too.
Yeah.
It's the mayor.
Hey, and to even make it even more sweet, I just gave it the
Yeah.
like a being all coy and shit. Oh, he must be really somebody because he
The
nobody he
Barack
doesn't want
Obama,
to.
you just
Yeah, I just you know
head
what I
to your
mean.
seat.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
So without spilling too many beans, there will be another Monroe fight coming up here very
Yes,
very
sir.
soon. At the end of October.
Fright Night Boxing.
Fright
gonna be
Night
crazy.
Boxing, man.
It's gonna be crazy.
D Millz fighting back in Monroe. Would this only be your second fight in Monroe?
It's gonna
Right?
be crazy.
Yeah.
Your
Second
second professional fight in Monroe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Fright Night, Halloween
It's
weekend.
gonna be crazy.
You want to talk about another special guest that's coming to fight, or
gonna
what?
be
No,
epic.
not yet.
It's gonna be
Not
epic.
yet. Not yet. You know, you're gonna come. You're gonna come through next week, and we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Yep.
It's gonna be
Or
epic.
maybe in 2 weeks. Yep. We're gonna save that. No, we got some sneak peek shit going on. I know. Look at D. D on his feet. We got some.
We gotta let the people have a part two.
Yes, yes,
You
yes,
deserve
yes.
a part two.
I peeked the scene. I'm
Because
like,
there's some shit popping. Yeah. That's why I ain't said shit. You know. Yeah. But one more thing, man. We got to get up out of here. But one more thing I want to talk about real quick is how inspiring your whole family, the Montague Park, and all the good stuff that you guys have been doing over there, man. With the Juneteenth, I think the Juneteenth really
that was
set it
right.
off. You know what I mean? For like really utilizing that park and letting people know it's for the community, not for just a couple of people that know each other that's from the block. Like when I seen, Mayor Clark there, when I seen just a bunch of when the Brain Jerk guys set up, man, and everybody felt at home. When Lamar and the band, like, you know what I mean? Like that was love, bro. That was mad love, for real, man.
And like what I said on stage, I'm like, this was like, I literally got a paper at home, and I dreamed of like seeing that, and for me to be on stage and just like see everything going on, man, I was like,
it gets better.
this is
Dope.
It was lovely, man.
Growth.
Yes,
growth.
Absolutely, man. So with that being said, man, I want to tell you, man, from the bottom of my heart, for real, man, we as B.T.T, we as Monroe, we as a community, we appreciate people like you. You know what I mean? And we really do appreciate you. We're pulling for you, champ. You know what I mean? I know that you're going to do 10-0. We're going to be there rooting and all that shit. You know what I mean? There's going to be 8 Miles spilling everywhere. I don't have to be in the ring, so we're going to act the fuck up. We're going to do what the fuck we do any fucking way. You know what I mean? Right. But, yeah, man, we're all behind you, my brother, and I love you, man, and good luck, even though you don't need it. I don't even know why I said good luck. But go get him, champ.
Yeah, I appreciate all y'all. I appreciate everybody that come out. I appreciate all the people that's helped me doing the sponsors, and
what's up?
I appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate everybody. It's love.
Yeah. Plug some stuff that you got going on, man. Plug where they can find you at, and
you can find me on Facebook, Dee Millz, DeeMillz, or you can find me on Instagram, Dee Millz Boxing, DMILLZ Boxing.
If you need tickets, because this would come out, if you still ain't got tickets, holler at him or go to his page, holler at his mom, Ronnie. Ronnie can hook you up with the tickets. Do not bother Dee Millz. Sorry. Don't bother Dee.
Because
check out the Momager.
Yep.
Yeah. And,
Momager got you.
So another thing too, I appreciate the soundboard, the Motor City Casino too. Also, I tell them all my peoples is coming from Monroe. I don't want nobody getting hurt, driving home drunk, things like that. So I do got discounts on the hotel rooms also.
Nice.
Right now, I guess there's some big concerts, so rooms are like $600. So they gave me the deal for $200.
Oh, that's love.
They got the block of rooms. Yeah,
that's the love, man. Okay, that's what's up. All right.
Love it. Love you,
taking
brother.
care of our people, man. A lot of people don't think about that, but
Yeah.
I don't want nobody getting hurt after my fight, man.
Right.
Driving home.
Especially if you can just lay up at the spot.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's
Gamble
dope.
a little bit.
That's dope that you set that up, man. Yeah.
For real, man. You know what I mean?
No, for real.
I don't hate to be some big story. Oh, Derek wins, but
10-0 and then boom,
on
car
75.
crash. Yeah, right. No,
Man,
that's
stay safe, everybody.
Facts.
100.
that's why you the champ.
Drink
man.
responsibly.
That's why you the champ, man. That's why you're a great man, great mentor, great champion, man. So, yeah, Ron, what you got, man? Anything on our way out?
No, same old, bro. We, looking forward to what's coming up this fall.
Absolutely.
B.T.T, we got big things coming up this fall, this winter.
Mm-hmm. We working.
Yeah,
Working.
we're working.
I want to say something on behalf of Big Mike over there. I'm ramping up already for the tree lighting, man, because I think that this year is going to be so much more than just a regular DJ with the tree lighting and people coming out. We're outside. We're outside. I think we're officially outside, and I know that you're going to make it so special. We've already been talking about a bunch of different things, new things that you're bringing to the table for that, man. So y'all look out for my brother over there, our brother DJ Big Mike, man. And I know we got a bunch of different things coming up before that, but yeah, man, that's gonna be super, super dope. I'm looking forward to that because we know that's already happening.
Yeah,
and,
Monroe, stand up.
And I also want to shout out Jokes and Jams. We got another big event coming up, which involves Dee Millz. So that's going to be the third installment of the Jokes and Jams entity. Also, as always, man, we want to give another shout out to our sponsors. We Handle Candles, 8 Mile Vodka, JCs Quality Construction, Cheat Designs, and a special shout out to my boy Woody Hoffer, man. He's been checking in on us lately, man, and planting seeds. He's actually starting to. We're starting already to plan some stuff, and that's going to be a B.T.T collaboration, planting the seeds and planting seeds for next summer already. You know what I mean? So we're trying to do things that's going to that it takes time to put together, so it's that special.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to everybody. Big Mike, who you shouting out?
Man, I just want to shout out Nina's Chic Boutique and Custom Creations. This is her time of year, man. This is when she blossoms, she shines. She's back. She's back at it. She's doing everything from candles to T-shirts to custom pillows to, I mean, just home decor, the whole nine. If you want to,
from the reef on your door to the clothes on your floor.
hey,
Jingle, jingle.
we need a jingle. Yeah, she's shout out to her, man, because she's out there grinding, man. She this is, like I said, this is my wife's time of year. She loves fall. She loves spooky. You know, she loves all that. So check her out on Facebook, Nina's Chic Boutique, and hit her up.
So yeah, man, with that being said, shout out to the champ, Dee Millz, for coming through. We appreciate you, my brother. This has been another Beyond the Tracks podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Peace. Later.